Now, you think you've got problems in the United States? Actually, no, I take that back. I don't think anyone has got as big a problems as the United States. No. But we do have our problems, that we do. We have one little problem called the Reform Party in the UK, yeah. It's quite a smallish party, a little fascist party, and it does, well, a bit like Donald Trump. It attracts those who would admire the so-called patriots. I think they call themselves the Proud Boys or something like that in the United States, yeah. They follow old Nigel Farage like the bloody Pied Piper, that they do, yeah. He just says jump, and they just say, how high, Nige? How high? Well, you know, got party members, MPs even. They're either jumping off the feckin' bridge, or they're just jumping ship, that they are. Well, we just had the great Yarmouth MP who threatened Nigel Farage that he did. Like a brawl and all that, yeah. He denies it, but, you know, apparently he did. And now we've got Yusuf, who is actually one of the major donors of the Reform Party. He's hundreds of thousands of pounds that he's given to the Reform Party, you see. He sold an app that he did. It's like a dating app, was it a concierge app or something like that? It was called Velocity, Velocity Black. Like a black book, anyway. That's what it was. Anyway, yeah, he earned about 31 million quid selling it off, you see. So what does he do? He thought, I know, I've got a great idea. I'll give it to Nige, my old mate Nige, yeah. Well, Elon Musk came to his senses, didn't he? Except he wanted Nigel Farage to be even more fascist than he already is. How can he be more fascist than Nigel Farage? Yeah. He's a feckin' snag oil salesman. He gave us the Brexit. The feckin' Brexit, which has destroyed the United Kingdom's economy. We are still suffering from the Brexit, and we always will, while we are on the outside of the circle. Yeah, all the good people are inside the circle within the European Union. Yeah, we ain't even got a seat at the table. We have to do as we're told now. That we do. If we want to sell our goods into the European Union. Okay, older Keir Starmer. Anyway, old Keir Starmer, well, he has managed to soften the rules somewhat by basically, bending over backwards, I reckon. If you know what I mean. I don't know what they're up to in their little private room. It might just be discussions, maybe. Or it might be, anyway, let's not go there. No, let's not do it. Right, but anyway, Sir Yusuf has decided that he is going to hang up his hat, that he has, and he's quitting over, well, I don't think this is true, all right? People are saying it's because of the burka ban. Because one of the MPs, a new MP for Helsby and Runcorn, Sarah Pochin, I think it is, Sarah Pochin MP, and she says something really stupid in Prime Minister's questions. Like, obviously, it'd be very dumb for the Reform Party Limited. Yes, it's not a real party. I might explain in a bit more detail in a moment. But anyway, she said, all right, even though it's not in its manifesto, she asked Keir Starmer if she can, implement a burka ban, even though it's not in their own party's manifesto, which is a bit of a stupid thing to do, to be fair. And why do you need a burka ban? You don't need a burka ban, there's a load of bollocks. That's stupid. I understand if you're in places like, I don't know, the airports and places like that, I think you should show your face. Plain and simple. Alright, I think that's fair enough. But, this geezer, Sir Yusuf, he's actually helped the party considerably. He's increased its size. Membership 4 times its size. It's increased its, obviously, donations. He's made his own donations, what have you, as well. But they managed to attract a lot more memberships, which means donations as well, membership fees and stuff. There's a lot more money in the party. Or company. If you know what I mean. Anyway, just let me explain this, right? The Reform Party UK Limited, alright? I might have my names mixed up. Anyway, it should say Limited, okay? Whenever they do any of their publicity on the website, it must always say Limited, okay? That is the company. But the actual party itself is registered under another name. So they're two separate entities. That sounds a little bit fraudulent to me, yet they're getting away with it. This is so stupid. People should be jumping all over that, quite frankly, because it feels a little bit dodgy, and it does. You know? Yeah, Elon Musk, he set up yours, like he did. He was going to give 100 million or some stupid, crazy amount of money like he did for, the old taco in the White House, you know, TOTUS. Had him a shitload of bloody money, 270-odd million or whatever it was, and now that's backfired in his face. His companies are literally plummeting because everybody's realised, well, you're a bit of a cunt, really, aren't you? Yeah, that's what they realise about Elon Musk. They don't like him. He's probably one of the most hated men in the world, that he is. I hate him. I think he's horrid. That I do. Fucking little druggy Nazi, that he is, yeah. I'll give my foot. More like you stupid bloody idiot. You must have known what you're doing. You were playing with fire, that you were. I don't think you're as bright as Nigel Farage, to be honest. Politically. As he definitely not. No. Nigel Farage is nice. And he's also stupid. But not as stupid as Elon Musk. No, Elon Musk has lost his fucking mind. Maybe it's all the ketamine that allegedly he takes on a regular basis in his box he carries around with him, and now he has to go to the toilet more regularly than he used to. And he's got bladder troubles. Yeah, he'll be wearing the pad next, that he will. He'll have to catheter himself next after that, or whatever next. Oh, crikey! Well, quite frankly, he might even finish him off if he ain't careful. You know how it goes with these druggies. You ain't gonna try and tell me he ain't getting close to that stage now, because he's like that, ain't he? So, yeah. So, the Reform Party, right, is falling to bits, that it is. But they do seem to attract all the fascists, don't they? Can't get away from it. They just do. Now, I just said fascist, so probably I should have said ashes or smashes or... Anyway, I'm probably demonetised already, because my videos keep getting demonetised at the moment. Yeah, not allowed to speak the truth. Not allowed to speak the truth. Oh, there you go. So, anyway, the thing is, alright, I was looking up old Sir Yusuf, and he reckons it was his patriotic duty, it was, to join the Reform Party UK Limited, shareholder of Nigel Farage, major shareholder. Anyway, but now he's saying, I no longer believe the party is a good use of my time, he's saying. It never was a good use of anybody's time. No. But it's got Anne Waddlebottom in it, for Christ's sake. It's got the woman who gives you the bird to the press and the people. That it has. It's just, it's a joke. Let's be honest, it's a joke. And it's attracting some rather stupid people. It really is. If you are voting for the Reform Party, don't try and tell me, like someone did in the comments a couple of days ago, that, oh, so we're idiots for just having an opinion. No, you're just a fucking idiot. You just are, alright? Because your opinion isn't based on facts. Why can't politicians just say the bloomin' truth? Base their politics on the truth. Just counting. Just maths, science, you name it. Just the truth. Stop basing politics on lies, mistruths, exaggerations. Maybe one day we might even then trust you. But as it stands, no, we don't trust you lot as far as we can fucking throw you. Like we don't. You're a whole bunch of blonkers, that you are. Politicians says, who lie. We want honesty. The people want honesty, even those, alright, who are, how to put it, warming to Nigel Farage because of his so-called rhetoric, which is based on lies, such as the millions and millions of, 80-odd million of unfunded commitments, you know? The country's already bankrupt. We don't need to get any more bankrupt. Okay, it's not as bankrupt as the United States is going to be very shortly, but there you go, you know. There are times when we have to kind of try and look on the bright side of life, yeah, and rise like a phoenix. But you need the people who are going to help you, the politicians, they're going to help you do that heavy lifting. Maybe do a bit of it themselves, instead of actually weighing you down further so you can't even bloody run or start a business. that has any prospects. It's a madness. We need some honesty. We need honesty from the politicians. Well, we're not going to get it. We're not going to get it because they're all flipping logheads with each other, aren't they? You have the right, you have the left. You know, why can't we just have honesty? Why can't we just have the truth? Not just somebody's feeling, some sentiment. No. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. Now, I believe in common sense. Unfortunately, common sense is no longer common. No. Just some imaginary thing that the right-wingers will spout, saying about immigration and common sense. What? Common sense is that? We'll stick them back in the boat and we'll send them back to France. We will. Yeah, right. Okay, that's what. Do you really honestly think that is actually going to ever happen? And then you've got Kemi Badenoch from the Conservative Party, who's now doing some analysis to see whether or not we can leave the ECHR. The European Convention on Human... No, it's nothing to do with the EU, by the way. European Convention on Human Rights. That's their own fucking rights. That's there so the governments can't actually screw you over. That's what it's for. But no, it's a bad thing, apparently. And the Reform Party wants to do exactly the same. That's so stupid. That makes you an idiot. It does make you an idiot. And those who keep voting for... make the same mistake again and again and again. That's the definition of an idiot. It just is. So anyway, if you got thinking this Yusuf, getting back to the point of the video again, who was funding the Reform Party, he's now decided he doesn't like the Reform Party because he's made up some bullshit about the BURKA ban, which is a load of bullshit. It's got nothing to do with what's happening. He has, over a period of time, he's got a little bit, how to put it, disenfranchised, or he's lost the will to live properly, but, you know, he's a pain in that party, crikey. But, yeah, he's probably lost the, his fathom in the party, what have you, and he's kind of like thinking, well, this is a bit shit, really, isn't it? It's not what I thought it was. Now, the thing is, he's a bit of a tyrant, all right? He's a bit, because he's handed the money over, what have you, thinks he can just tell everybody what to do all the time. He's a bit of an arsehole, okay? He's also a bit of an Islamophobe, according to, oh, crikey, what was her name again? Zahra Mohammed from the Muslim Council. She said he's horribly Islamophobic. And then he made out some load of shit about how he was, you know, he's a Muslim. He came over himself, you know, or for his family or whatever, or his parents. And he's very patriotic, he says. Which is probably just a lie. You know, it's they're typical, aren't they? These people are just typical. I'm here, I'm alright, Jack, I've made shitloads of money, now let's pull up the drawbridge. They're all the fucking same. They really are, quite frankly. A bunch of fucking fascists in the Reform Party. And what does that make those who vote for the Reform Party? Either bloody stupid or a fascist themselves. Yes, that's me demonetised. If you want to support the channel... And that was to actually keep the channel going, because I guarantee you this one's going to be demonetised. Because about 20% of my videos are at the moment. At least. In fact, it's getting worse. Even though I put things like taco in hashtag taco in in the title, I get demonetised. How about that, eh? I think that's pretty good. Although I've seen it in other channels, it just seems to be mine for some reason. You know, maybe I've been flagged. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon, buy us coffee, links are down below, and it is very much appreciated. It really is to have the support. And just share the videos if you can't do anything else, you know, or share the videos anyway, you know, it really helps. It does help get them out there, because at the end of the day, I will not lie to you. I won't lie to you, alright? Because that's not who I am. And anybody who knows me knows I won't lie, alright? I'd rather say nothing at all, alright? Also, the missus will verify it, because if she comes in the room and she says, does this make my ass look both fucking old woman? Crikey! I'll go like that. That I will. And she knows it. But again, she does the same to me. She's a good lass, that she is. Anyway, please hit the like button. Toodaloo, and have a lovely day.